Hello. Good evening, all of you. I am Rekha, and I'm here to welcome all of you on behalf of ACODS to this highly anticipated masterclass on data visualization and storytelling using Power BI. I'm delighted to introduce the remarkable individual who will be guiding us through this enriching journey, none other than Mr. Vaseem Durrani, a paragon of expertise in the realm of data science. With over 14 years of experience as a chief data science consultant, expert, and mentor, Mr. Durrani has been instrumental in designing and delivering tailored training programs to both individual and teams. He has worked with esteemed companies such as HCL, LG, Schneider Electric, Levi's, and many more. So brace yourself to glean invaluable insights and skills from a true luminary in the field. Welcome, Mr. Durrani. Over to you, sir.
Okay. Thank you so much, Rekha, for the wonderful introduction. So, guys, very good evening. Today, I will be taking you. That is the continuation of my previous masterclass, which held, I think, 3 weeks before. I'm going to take you through a little level up a concept in the Power BI, that is the DAX functions, right? So how these DAX functions are useful and how you can actually utilize those concepts in terms of having some little more insightful information from the data itself. Okay, so I'll be taking you from the very scratch and from very basic, so that each one of you whosoever is attending the session, you'll be able to do it by yourself also. So that will be more of a concern, that if you're attending and if you're taking up 1 hour or 1.5 hour of yours, so you should be taking some good enough knowledge with you that yes, this is how we can utilize the data analysis expressions in the Power BI. Okay, so for that purpose, I have a small task. That task will be implementing throughout the sessions, and you will be able to connect with me. And after that, after the session, also you will be getting a recording of this. I hope so, so that you can go through it again and then you can implement whatever I'll be going through within this session. So I hope you will be attentive and try to understand. And in between, if you are stucking up somewhere and trying to understand or grasp the concept, so you can, any point of time, you can ask the question. Okay, so the chat is open. You can ask your question. And before that, quickly, I just want to understand the audience. Okay, so just give me a little bit information about you. You are a fresher or a working professional or experienced person. Just put it on the chat and give me, like, you are experienced working professionals, in which domain you're working. I'm just giving you 1 minute for that, please. I hope my voice is clear to everyone. Okay. So I've started getting messages here. Project managers. Okay. Working experience. That's very good. Professional teacher. Okay. Right. Professor. That's very good. Beginner also. Software developer. That's right. Very good. I'm clearly audible to everyone, right? And because that's very much required, else the essence of the sessions will not be sufficed. Right? Voice is breaking. Let me check on here. Okay. Okay. Just give me a second then. Just give me a second. Okay, so I hope I'm audible now clearly to everyone. Just give me the confirmation once so that we can start with the session. Am I audible? Okay, that's great. That's great. That's great. That's great. Okay, so let's start with the session here. Let go a little bit back. See, when we talk about analysis in general, like what we have a data sets with us. That data could be organizational data, that data could be any form of a data which is saved in the SQL files or the database server files, or let's say it's in these Excel file or CSV files. And nowadays in general, most of the companies, they deal with the Google Sheets also, right? So when we talk about these data, we have a lot of numerical representation, right? And now these BI tools like Power BI, Tableau, Google Data Studio, Data IQ, these tools are providing you a kind of a platform wherein you can visualize that data in a very more prominent form, so that any kind of information that you cannot see with those numerical values, that can easily be depicted using those visuals. But that visual comes at a very later stages. In between, like you have to do a lot of processing on your data in terms of what calculation is supposed to be required, and how you can apply that calculation on that data set, so that whatever is the requirement, that can easily be achieved. Okay, so how these BI tools can calculate and can apply some formula on that specific millions of rows or millions of data records which are available, right? So for that purpose, we have these DAX functions. So DAX function plays a very important role. Without impacting your memory, right? You can easily achieve any calculation on your data. So DAX as a full are looking for any specific calculation out of your combination of columns, you don't need to write the VB script for that purpose. And if you have like multiple sheets along with you, so that multiple sheets can also be clubbed together, and that one same formula can fetch the information and can show you in one simple value here. So this is something which can be okay, so let me do this now. Okay. Now tell me, I hope it's not breaking now. Okay, so if we talk about the DAX functions here, right? Okay, now just see over here. When we talk about DAX functions, so the DAX function, there are so many DAX function available. By the end of this session, I'll be providing you a complete PDF, the enriched PDF, wherein you have all the possible DAX functions which are available with the examples. So that will be very beneficial for you. If you are going through with the Power BI, then you can easily see any function, how it can be applied, how you can use it with a simple example. It's everything is mentioned in that specific PDF. So you all will be getting that. Okay, so if we talk about the different type of data DAX functions, so we have date and time functions available. These BI tools have a time intelligent functions wherein you can easily, let's say, calculate the difference between the two dates, or you can have any sort of, you can extract any sort of information related to months, quarter, year, or day, or let's say weekday, weekends. Any information can easily be extracted from this. And then we have logical functions. Now, when we say logical function, that means like you have in programming languages, we have if condition, for loop. So same kind of a stuff we have it over here. Like we can have logical operators like anding, oring. So all those operations are available in this. Then we have statistical functions, wherein if you are thinking of calculating the variance, calculating the standard deviation out of your data, so all those functions are already there in it. If you talk about text functions, so we have the list of the text functions, wherein any string or a text which is written, if you want to extract some information out of it, you can easily achieve it, right? And then we have a table functions. I am receiving so many messages that the voice is still not clear. Just allow me one more moment, please. Let me see why this is happening for the first time. My video is already stopped. Okay, so I think I'm audible clearly now. Let's see. I hope so. Video is already been off. Thank you so much for the suggestion. I hope you can hear me clearly. Okay, so when we talk about these DAX functions, right? So when you see this, now this is like very long list. I've just jotted down few of the important DAX functions which are available. But when we see the list of the functions, there are more than thousands of functions available, right? So now it's very difficult for you to go to each and every function and understand what is the syntax of it, what is the example of it. So in general, what we do, we keep these with our reference, like have a PDF or have a cheat sheet for it. And as soon as whenever we come across any kind of a problem statement wherein we need to find, let's say, for example, first three text, last three text, so we look for a text function. So similarly, what we do, we keep the reference of all these functions, and then one by one, whenever it requires, we keep on search on that specific PDF. Okay, now so now let's say, for example, we'll start with this. We are going to use very simple data set. Okay, and in that data set, we will have a few list of certain customers that I'll be sharing it with you all, right? Let's say, and in that, we are going to use these DAX functions to extract certain information. Okay, so what I'm doing is quickly, I'm just sharing with everyone a data set on which I'm going to work right now, so that you guys can also have the same with you. So I'm just sharing these two files. One is this calendar table, and the another one is your customer table. Okay, let me reshare my screen so that everyone will see it. Let me stop sharing and then resharing it again. Because now I'm starting with the activity. So please just make sure that you're able to see my screen and my voice is clear to everyone. I hope, Ashwin, now it's clear. So let me take the first data set to start with. So I'm just taking this customer table. Please just see on my screen now. See this. This is the data set of one particular organization, and this is the customer list of that organization, wherein we have a lot of information, like we have the ID of each and every customer. Each and every customer have been given some accounts. So we have account number of those. Then we have first name, last name, address, city in which where they stay, their postal code, the country. Okay, birth date, marital status, a lot of information about one customer. So this is only one organization data, only their information of the customers we have here. Okay, so can you see these three options? So in the Power BI, this transform data is wherein you want to perform some data cleaning steps. Okay, but here we know that our data is quite prepared data. So we are not supposed to click on this transform. We have to click directly on the load. Load means here what we are doing, we are actually loading the data in Power BI. So when you click on this load, it's trying to establish the connection with the data and then load all the content in the Power BI. So this is which happened. And now you have the data here. This file, if you are doing parallelly with me, so this file is not an Excel file. This file is a CSV file. So you have to select this option, that is text/CSV. Please make sure this. I've already provided a data set in the chat, please. And you can see it in the WhatsApp group also. You will see this data set right away. See this, guys. So now we have this data with us on the right side. And if I click over here in the data view, you'll be able to see something like this. So this data is presented to us, available in my Power BI file. Okay. Now, let's say, for example, if my first question, my first requirement rather, is like, I want the total number of customers which are there with me. So here we need the count of my unique customers, because it might be possible that you might have a duplicacy in your customer IDs. Or if you look for how many names are there in your this particular first name column, then what happens is 2% can have the same name as well. So how I can calculate how many exact total customer this company is having? So this is where you require the DAX functions, wherein you will be calculating, utilizing that functions which are already available. So you can just use, as we already have it in Excel files also. So in Excel also, we have a combination of functions. So similarly, we have a functions over here also, right? So how we can use that? That's very, very important. So for that purpose, let's say I'm going over here in the report view, okay? And over the top, you have an option here, calculations, right? So in this calculation, if you see, this is new measure. And can you see that the description of a new measure? The description of the new measure is, you can write a DAX expression that calculates a value from your data. So if you want to extract some kind of information from your data, then this DAX is very useful. Okay, so now this is what calculation. So this is over the top, you have this editor wherein you can write your formula. Okay, now let me tell you one thing. To write the DAX functions, you're not supposed to by heart the formulas, by heart the syntaxes. The suggester in Power BI is very strong. Now, when I say very strong, so let's say I remember, okay, I want to count the customer list, right? So in the customer list, we already have a customer ID. For example, here on the right side of your screen, if you see, this is customer ID, right? So what I can do is I can just simply use this. Let's say total number of customers equals to. What I can do, I can just simply use count. Now, count is also of multiple types. Can you see this suggester? It is suggesting me that these are the possible count functions which are available. Okay, that's one thing. Second, if I just write distinct, so that's your distinct. When I press this, press enter by just writing half of it and press enter, you see this. See this distinct count, okay? And now what is the description of it? Please see this. Count the number of distinct values. Distinct value means not repeated. Okay, so here we can count those distinct values. So what we have to count? We have to count customer ID. See this. Unique values. Yes, Harish, you are right. So can you see that? That's the complete syntax. I didn't write the syntax, right? My suggester of Power BI completed that for me. And if I press enter, you will be able to see a new symbol on your table over here. Can you see this? This is little different symbol. This shows that it's a variable you have created in Power BI, which has not impacted the memory of your present Excel file or your Power BI file. Why I'm saying this thing, if I come back to my data here in the data view, you will see that here, no extra column added. It's the old data we have, but here you see a new entry here. So this is just the aggregated value. When I say aggregated value, that means it's like counting only and giving you one value, numerical value in return. That's it. So now how I can see this, whether it has calculated something correctly or not, how I can check this. So for that matter, you have to go over here in visualization, right? And then we can just simply take this card 1, 2, 3. So I'll just simply click on it. You see the card over here. Okay, and then I'll just drag this and drop it over here. So you'll be able to see 10K. I'm not liking this 10K. I want to have the perfect value, whatever it is there. So I need to format this. So how to format this? So for that purpose, we have this build visual, and this is your format visual. So I'll just simply click on this. Then I can see this call out value. This is display unit. Let's select none, so that at least you can see this is my total number of customers which are there in my screen here. Okay, so if you want to just little bit more beautify this thing, so we can just simply come over here in the general over here. This is your background, right? And I can make this background, let's say for example, a little bit lighter, and switch on the shadow, switch on this visual border. So this is a one simple calculation which we applied on my data over here, which was having the customer ID and a lot of information about the customers, and we just calculated the total number of customers available. So that's first simple thing. Okay, now let's increase the tempo. What is that tempo? Let me show you. For example, let me go back to my data here. If I show you, can you see this birth date? Can you guys just type yes if you see the birth date over here? And if you are with me, yeah, right. So now if you see the birth date, I only have the birth date here, but if I scroll till the last, I don't have the age of my customers. That's a problematic situation here, because what I want to do, my stakeholder or my manager actually require the age-wise grouping of my customers. But astonishingly, I don't have the age of my customers here. So none of the column is giving me the age of the customers. So as a data analyst, what I should do? So as a data analyst, I should know how I can add a new column so that I can have a age over here. Okay, so now my second question is, let's say, let me write it over here so that everyone can see it. My second question here is, find the age of each customer. Mind the spelling, please. So that's my question. For those who are not able to hear me properly, but for them, I just wrote it here. So I would be writing the DAX function for finding this thing. So that's a good question. And now we have to find the answer of this. Now I'll show you that PDF from which I can look for few functions wherein I can find the age. Yes, Karan, you got it right. So we have to create a new column here, not average. We have to find the age of the customer. We can't use average here. New column is fine. Now let's say how we can use it. Okay, so that's a question. We all know it. So I'm just clearing this question here. Now what I'm going to do is I'm just going to open up this PDF. Okay, so that's the PDF here. Yes, we will use the formula for the age, but in a different way. I'll show it to you how. Say, for example, this is the PDF of all the possible DAX functions which are available. Yes, you will get the recording session. No issues for that. But in the meantime, first try to understand. So this is, can you see this, please, guys, everyone? 706 pages. So if it's 706 pages just for the DAX, so just imagine what kind of functions we have it here, right? So now let's say I'm looking for a date time intelligent functions here. So see this, date time functions. So a lot of functions available. Now, if I would like to know what is the date today, so for that matter, we have this function today. Now, I would like to know how to use this. If you click, then can you see that? Syntax today here. Okay, and now see this thing. Yes, Kirti, you are right. We generally use Control F for that same. Yes, I'm going to share it, this PDF as very soon, just after another 5-10 minutes. See this. This is today. Today and then minus 1963. So can you see that? This is how the age is getting calculated. So we have the simple example over here. Now, how I can apply this over there in my Power BI file? Let's see. That's for everyone. I just pasted it on the chat so that all of you can have the same PDF. Okay, but before that, just see on my screen. Otherwise, you will not be able to understand how I did it. See, previously what I used the measure. So measure was just used to create one single aggregated value. But here we have lot of customers, and each and every customer should be having what? Should be having the value of the age. So for that purpose, I cannot have the measure. For that purpose, I have to create a new column. So that's a major difference between a measure and a new column. Anyone can ask you this question whenever you sit in the interview related to BI. What's the exact difference between a row context and a filter context? And I'm telling you, we might be knowing how to use it, but whenever these terms comes up, we go completely blank that what is the answer of it. Okay, you will get the PDF on the WhatsApp group also, don't worry. So when you see this, when I say row context means I have to create a new value with respect to each and every row in the each and every value in the row. For example, these are all the customer IDs. For all the birth date, I need to create the age for it. Okay, so that's your new column, means row context. When I say filter context, that means I need to find an aggregated value. So when I say aggregated value, that means you are summing up something, finding average of something, counting something, but aggregated. Multiple values are involved in it. Only one value is the output of it. So that's your filter context. So this is very important question that you should remember. So new column always create a row context, and measure always works with the filter context. Now I'm clicking on this new column, and you will find the symbol is also a little bit different. So here, let me write the age. Okay, now the formula here, please. I'm just writing another formula that you can search date diff. This is finding the difference of the dates. Okay, so let's say for an instance, this is date diff, date 1, and then date 2. For example, date 1 is birth date. Can you see that? That's your birth date. I'm just writing the initials. Are you able to understand? I'm just writing the initials here. I'm just writing initials here, and it's the suggester is completing it for me, right? So that's what you have it. Let me open my camera also. Let's see if you're able to hear me now properly. So see this. This is birth date, comma, today, right? So that's your today here. And then the interval. Can you suggest me what will be the interval here, please, everyone? What will be the interval, please? Yeah, very good. So that should be year. And now year also is being suggested. Can you see that? So the year is also suggested, and see this. And if I press enter, you see, oh my God, so some people are of 108 years of age as well. Okay, but see this, now that's we found the age of each and every customer. You will find that we have the value against each and every person. This is row context. If you see this total number of customers, you will not find the value here. Okay, so this is what which was important. We used a new column here, correct? And see, I'll just show you the difference in the this thing also. Can you see this? This is a different symbol, and here this is a different symbol. So by just looking at the symbol also, you should be able to make out, yes, that's the new measure, and that's a new column created by the developer itself. Okay, so now if I come back over here, now I would like to know, for an instance, what is the minimum age? What is the maximum age? Okay, now for that, I should create a measure or a new column. Can you suggest to me? I want few things. I want minimum age. I want maximum age. I want average age. Yes, very good. We will be using measure, right? So now let's say how we can use that. So let it be as it is. So I'll be finding all these three. For that, let me click on this new measure now. See this, min age equals to min of age. That's a calculated column we created, min of age. Okay, similarly, again, I'll click on it again to find the max age, max of age. Okay, let's have the average also. Average age. So I just calculated all the three right away. Let me switch off the camera again then. Now see this. See this, all the three. Now, where are those calculation of mine? These are here, okay? So I just want to copy this, right? So now this is related to the age. Let me have a different cards over here, right? And let me just have a different color. So how I can have it? See, this is my different color for it. And I would like to change it to max age. That's max age. Oh my God. So nowadays we don't see these ages, right? These are lucky people. Okay, and now see this. This is max of age. Max of age has already been taken. That's your minimum of age. And that's the list of the customer. This is my average age of the customer here. Sorry, I need to put it here. See this. No, we can't do it in all the three in one. See, we can modify it, but we can't have the three values in one. So that's why we have taken these three separately. Now, we got these three. I have a little difficult question here. That's why I just showed you in front of you this thing. And this is little important and little tedious task, which I'm going to ask you now. This is after having this age, what was my question? My question was, please divide your customer list into age groups. Okay, so now how I can divide this thing into different age groups. Okay, so this question is good. So let me have this. See, if you want to use the group by, see, there are so many ways of doing it. But when I say I'm just started learning this thing, so it's better to keep it as simple as possible, right? So that's why. Now, yes, you got it right. So when we say I would like to divide this data into multiple age groups, I can use the switch cases. That's the one suggestion I got it. This is very good. Now just see my question here. Divide the customer list into age group. Okay, now just see the age group, please. For example, I can see the minimum age is 43, maximum is 113. Okay, so let's say 40 to 50, it should be AG1. Okay, and let's say 51 to 70, that's AG2. And now let's say 71 till 100, AG3. And now let's say above 100, that's AG4. Now, can you suggest me what I should do it for this? We will use new column here. This is good answer. Very good. So we are going to use this. This is very good. But how? What should be the things which we are? Yes, very good. We are going to use conditional column. Yes. So we have logical DAX functions and we have this conditionals like if condition and switch cases. So we have both. I will show you using both. This is something where people stuck. Like when this logical thing comes up, so people stuck like how actually we can use it. So I'm telling you, I'll just show you both ways. I'll show you if condition also, and I'll show you the switch case also. Let's see how whether you'll be able to grasp it or not. So let's this particular question be as it is so that I can also see it. Now let's say, for example, let me click on this table so that the table tool will come in front of me and then I can see this new column. Let me click on this new column here. And now, please, for example, this is age group, please. So I'm just using it using if this is a range. 40 to 50. Now that's the range which is available. Okay. So how I can use this range? Let's see. When I say range, so the range should be with logical operator. And means both condition needs to be true. So you're supposed to write two conditions here. One is your age should be greater than equals to 40, comma, your age should be less than equals to 50. That's my first condition. My syntax is clear for my first if condition, comma. Okay, that's bracket here. Is it right? No. So let me put a comma here. As soon as I put the comma, now it is asking me if this is true, what it should be. It should be AG1. Okay. And now, after that, we are looking for false. But here, we don't have the false, right? So what we are going to do, I have to write else not there. I have to write the next if condition. So I cannot write this continuously in continuation in the single line. I should come to the next line. So we have an option of a next line also here. How I can go to the next line? Shift enter. As soon as you press shift enter, you will come to the next line and you can continue. If age is greater than equals to, the next condition is 51, comma, it should be and over here. I forgot. And then age, it should be less than equals to 70. And is over, then comma, it should be AG2. Can you see over the top? The suggester keeps on working, comma. Then false, we have another condition, shift enter. If and, no and required. No, yes, and required. And age, which should be greater than equals to 71, and then age less than equals to 100, okay, comma. And now else, so above this, everything should be AG4, okay, but this should be AG3, let me put it in double quotes, and then comma, it rest other should be AG4. So this is what it needs to be written like this. Now you have to be very careful about the brackets that you're closing. Otherwise the syntax error will keep on creeping up. Now I'm just copying this and pasting it on the chat. Yeah, so that's a very shortcut you're asking, Pragya, and I was about to say the same thing too. Very good, very good. So see this. This is less than, this is less than, this is less than, this is all okay, this is all okay. Right. So now if I press enter, you will be able to see that there are 4 groups which are available. Can you see that? So we have divided the data into that group. So see this 104, 108 it's in AG2, 60 is in AG2, 108 is in AG4. Okay, so I think this is done. So let me go back and verify in terms of, let me first clear this question because we have already gone through with this question here. Now let me show you how we can use it. So for that matter here, let me show you in terms of a donut chart. Let me show you how we can depict the same thing in a donut chart over here. Now, see, value, I want age. So this value, as soon as I put this in a value, it will show everything in a single color. Okay, so we have a lot of values over here, right? So now this is age group. So this will become legend. See this. So we have multiple values. Now let me just do a little bit modification on that. So for that modification, let me show you. This is my slice, all the color and spacing not required. Why it's not details? Yeah, so let me come down. This is my detail. And let's say I would like to see the details in terms of numbers. Okay, so now we see 51K is for AG group. These are my values. Let me bold it, increase it, display units, none. Okay, so can we see that here? And if you would like to see in details, the category and the detail value, so it will be much better for you to understand. Can you see that now? So we have AG1, 51,000 something. Oh my God, no. This is too much. So what I did is, this is something wrong. Here the summation of the age is happening. So that is my bad. Let me put total number of customer. This is fine. Now this is understandable, right? So that was wrong. Now this is correct. This is correct here. AG1, 1090. AG2, 1829. AG2 here. Sorry, this is AG4. This is AG2. And this is AG3. So this is how you can just simply utilize the power of logical operators here, and with the help of which you're able to segregate your data. Now, this information was not available in your data set. We created this, right? So that's what the power of these BI tools. So that's little introduction in terms of how you can utilize. So this is not a normal if condition, because here we are using the logical operator with this if condition or if statement here. So I hope you understood this part. See, donut chart we generally use whenever like we are supposed to, of course, do the comparison, right? So here also we are supposed to do quantitative comparison. That's why we use this donut chart. And in this also, like we have multiple options wherein we can like separate it out, make it more bolder, make it more profound. So all these things we can create over here. Yeah, after AG3, rest is in AG4 only. Legends is something which is written over here. These are all legends. See, the consequence of the legend. If I remove the legend, it will show you the complete combination as total number of customers on the whole, all single one. Okay, now with respect to what you want to segregate, for example, marital status. So you will know how many are married and how many are unmarried out of your total customers here. Okay, so can you see that with respect to total customers, how many are married and how many are single? So this is your legend. Now, for example, you have one more thing, annual in yearly income. So can you see that on the basis of yearly income, you divided your customers like this. So one donut chart, but that comparison with respect to multiple different attributes you can do. So this is what the amazing part we have it over here. Okay. So that's why we created this age group so that we can have a fairly comparison between this age group here. Okay. Right. So this is little about your, yeah, of course, you can take the gender also and you can drag and drop and see how many males and how many females which are there. Okay. Now, so I've given you the another data also, right? So let's do a little activity on that other data as well. That's your calendar. Yeah, you can use the pie chart also, but do not look more fascinating, right? So that's fine. No problem. Pie chart, we have been using the pie chart in Excel's also, static pie charts, right? So here we have this option. Now, let's say for an instance, let me, I hope you have the calendar file also with you. If not, yeah, of course, I've just given you, no problem. Let me give it to you again. So I'll be showing you the power of your transform data on this calendar table. Okay, so just download this calendar table. This is also CSV file. Let me show you how I can utilize this. So I'm just adding up a new data over here. So that's my new get data. Okay, and that's your text slash CSV. Let me switch on my camera here. So that's your text slash CSV, and that's the calendar table which I'm attaching over here. See this. This table is only having the date, nothing else. Okay, so here I'm going to use the Power Query editor of Power BI to actually create my own calendar table, wherein you will see we will have the quarter, month, day name, month name. We will add all the information by just clicking on the options. And that's very strong tool, because here in general, like whenever we talk about the organizational data, we are supposed to do a lot of comparison, lot of quarterly comparison, right? Weekly comparison, monthly comparison. So you're not supposed to extract everything from the date. So for that, you need to know, or you need to have the information about the quarters, month, day, weekday, weekend, everything should be separated so that any which way you can do the comparison right away within few seconds. You should not waste half day or a full day just to extract that comparison. So for that matter, we have these options available in all the BI tools, but here in Power BI, this time intelligence functions are so easy. So let's see and experience it here. So I'm just clicking on this transform data. Okay, now see this, I'm over here. This is your Power Query editor. Can you see over the top? That's Power Query editor. So we are here. Yes, you will get that data set. So if you see this, this is your date. So I'll show you here. We have 2022 and I think 2023. We have 2 years of data available over here. Now, what my requirement is to actually create the months, year, quarter, all the separate columns, which will be, of course, extracted from this date only. So how we can extract this thing from date? So let's say, for example, if I click over here, this is showing column 1 and this is the date. So this is one problematic situation. Why? Because this is a date. It should be a column header. So how I can make this first row as a column header? So for that matter, you have to come over here in the transform and you have to click this, use first row as header. So I'm just clicking on this, use first row as header. So as soon as you do that, can you see this? Now this is date. So that's my first step I applied. And you see on the right side, this step is noted down over here. So once it is noted down, now what you have to do, can you see this is small ABC? This is the data type. So that's a current data type of your this column. It's considered as the text. But what it is, it's a date, right? So whenever you click on this, you have multiple options. Whatever data type which is accepted by Power BI, so it is showing you that, right? So now let's say, for example, these are all the options available. So we are going to convert it into a date format. And it is asking me, can you see that? It's asking me change the column type. So I would like to replace the current. Now, this is amazing. Now we are able to see this error. This error is just due to the regional setting. it might be set as India version, right? So the regional setting. So that's why this date format is Indian version of the date format, and it's not being able to convert. So now what I have to do it whenever this type of error comes up. So you should know how to remove these errors, right? So for that purpose, what we have to go do first, let me remove this change type so that it will come back to this position. Then I'll go here in the file. For everyone, please just see on my screen, file, sorry, let me click on this file, then options and settings. File, options and settings, then this options. Okay, I'll just tell you, just before that, just try to see these options. Regional settings of the current file, please. Regional settings of the current file. And can you see it is showing English India? What you have to do is you have to make it English United States. English United States. So this is what we have to make the changes. Once you do that, click OK. And then after that, if I click over here, ABC, and then change it to date, you will see it is successfully changed. Okay, and to convert your first row as header, just on the little right side, there is an option here, this, just see on my cursor, use first row as header. You can use this and reach to this if you're doing it parallelly with me. Now just see over here. Once it is done, now I'll show you the magic, little magic over here. For example, I want to add few extra columns. Now, how I can add those extra columns? For that purpose, let me click on this add column. Okay, now can you see few options are disabled, few options are enabled? This is because only those options are enabled which can be applied on this column. Okay, so we can't apply these calculations, right? So that's why all these calculations are disabled for you. Only this date is this date option is enabled. This time and duration is also disabled because we don't have the time stamping here. We only have the date information in this column, right? So now just see over here. This is date. Now let me see this down arrow. So a lot of information. Let's say this is year. And from this year, I'm clicking on this year. When I click on that, can you see the date that information is extracted? Say 2022 and 2023. So we have 2 years of data with us and it is being extracted successfully. And you are able to see that, yes, we have 2022 and 2023. Okay, so this is one thing. Now, can you see as soon as I click on this normal column, this is gone again. Why? Because this is normal column. This is not a date format. So that's what you need to keep on understanding is why this is disabled, why this is enabled. So let me click on this date again and then extract few more information. Like from the month, let me click on the month number. So this is month number. Again, I'll click on the date, go down arrow. Then this is, say this is month. From the year, I have only taken the year. From the month, I'm taking the month as well as the month name. So that is name of the month. Okay. Again, now can you see this date? Again, I'll click on the down arrow. Let me go to the quarter. Let me take the quarter of the year I'm more interested in. So that's quarter of the year. Again, I'll click on this date. Click on the down arrow. Let me go to the week. And I'm not interested in week of the year, but yes, week of the month is which I require. So I'm clicking on the week of the month. Okay, again, I'm going back, clicking on this date, clicking on the down arrow. And if you see day, so I'm interested in day, right? So let's say day of the month, we don't have the day of the month. So let me click on this day of this day is normal day of the month. And then if I go back again in the date, I'm more interested in the name of the day. So we can see that that's your Saturday, Sunday, Monday. This is your day. This is your week of the month. This is your quarter, month name, month number. So this is month number. I'll double click on it and just change it to month number. So we got month number, month name, quarter, week of the month, day extracted from this date only. So this is how you can create your own calendar table. So we were only having this. So if I click on the change type, the source and the change type, so we only have this. Now out of this, what I extracted all these possible options. Okay. So this is one very important, you can say, strong functions or set of functions available with respect to the date. And that's why we can like innovate more into it. For example, if you just want to see the yearly comparison, you don't have to see and apply the formula right away. You can use this column. Okay. And similarly, when you see this month number also, so we can easily see this. This month number might not be of use, but this month name is something which you can utilize. Okay, now this is quarter, this is week of the month, this is day name. Now, if I would like to add one more column, that is weekday, weekend. So I would like to experiment over there also, but that weekday, weekend, I can't do it here. So what I can do is I'll just click on the home and click on this option, close and apply. So that this modified data will be loaded in my Power BI. Till now, where we are in the Power Query Editor. So we have to just simply click on this close and apply, which is there in home, so that all these queries will be applied on my data set and will be loaded. Okay, see this calendar table. So that's my new calendar table created. Now, once this calendar table is available to us, see, that's my calendar table. Just a second. Okay. Now, in this, I would like to add one thing here. What is that? I would like to add a weekday, weekend here. So can you quickly suggest me what I should do? Yes, new column and then this. Filter, no, but yes, we are going to use a new column here. So I'm just creating a new column. Just see on my screen, you will get to know this. And here, I'm going to use, I can't use the and in this. Let's say if it is Saturday or Sunday, either Saturday or Sunday, it should be a weekend. Otherwise, it should be a weekday. Okay, so let's say weekday, weekend. So what I can do, I can just simply put it if, and inside this if, let's say or, and I can just simply write if your day name is equals to Sunday, okay, comma, day name equals to Saturday, then it should be weekday, and simply else, sorry, that's my bad, weekend, else weekday. Correct? I hope I'm right here. So let me try. Let me first see this. Yeah, you were right. So now if I press enter, yes. Now, can you see that we have two options? Weekday, weekend. So this is, I think, correct. Sunday, it's weekend. Let's see where the Saturday is. Saturday is weekend. And then Monday to Friday, it's weekday. So I'm just sharing this formula also on the chat. That's your formula for everyone. No, I hope it's single equal to also should work. Let me check. But it's like in the comparison generally in the programming languages we do it. So that's why we have the habit of doing it. Otherwise, in Power BI, single equal to will also work. Whenever you want to experiment anything, just go ahead with it. In chat, you're not able to copy the text. Why? Yes, it's case sensitive here. Okay, so guys, what I'm doing is I'm just saving this and I'll be giving you this also by the end of the session. So this is your master class DAX function. Okay, task. So let me save this so that I can share it with you later on. So you will get this on the WhatsApp group as well. Okay. So now let me get back to my PPT here. Of course, Satish, you will surely get it. No problem. Don't worry. Now, so let me go back to this. So what this Power BI is, so you just saw a little bit of introduction about the DAX functions which are there in Power BI, right? I hope you understood a little bit of it, and I hope you got the idea like how we can utilize these Power BI DAX functions, right? So now let's say if you are from any field, let's say you might be from any particular department in the organization, or you are working in a different segment of the industry. Right now, these tools are inside each and every company. So we as a professional has to get well versed with these tools. Okay, but not only how to use the tool will help you out when we are seeking a good rise in our profile and in our compensation also with respect to what work we are doing. So how we are doing that work, that is very, very important. So if we are including the problem solving skills in that, right, then report development skills, data modeling is something which is very, very crucial. How multiple tables are relating with each other, that comes under data modeling. And then how we can do that analysis means now how you can write those DAX functions so that any specific information can be depicted out. And then after that, how you can create that compelling visuals. So no matter if you're from maintenance also, you can actually create a nice report structure using these BI tools so that you can do that inventory analysis. And let's say if you're from sales and marketing, this tool is very useful for you. And if you're from HR profession, again, this tool is very useful for doing the analysis or the people management as well. And if we are from finance and accounting, I don't have to tell this thing, because in finance and accounting, every day we have to deal with the numbers. And when we are talking about the numbers, that means these tools are way, way informative. And the logistics supply chain is something, this becomes, these tools, these intelligent tools become so backbone nowadays that each and every work is being done like demand planning, like supply forecasting. So all these things are being done using these BI tools without having that technical skills. Okay, so that's something which is very, very important. Now just see over here. I will answer your questions on that. This is, we are, I'm telling you, the industry is experimenting with these tools. It's experimenting with this artificial intelligence, machine learning. But over the period of time, you will see the people who are doing the repeated task work, the back office work, they will be completely waived off, because these tools are becoming so strong every day that they are going to take over that. But that doesn't mean that your job will be completely gone. No, if you indulge in those activities which needs a little bit of analysis, then you can be a good asset to the company. So that's what you need to embed in yourself. Means the like, for example, just now I just saw this question that you are already 42 years and have given your life to one particular profile. Now that is not a barrier. No matter you're not from coding background, these tools are developed for those people only who are not from coding background. Who are from completely non-coding background, they can also understand these concepts and can use it by just doing the drag and drop. This is what you need to understand. So this is not about doing the coding, but yes, that thinking, that analysis, that problem solving has to be there. If you've spent it good enough time in one domain, start leveraging the power of these BI tools in that domain so that you can become a senior consultant in your subject matter expertise. You can become a kind of a problem solver or a solution provider in that specific field. Then you will be very valued in the company. Okay. Now, so if you just see, I'll show you the two analysis here. For the IT and technology sector, this particular field is so booming. You see this, the Power BI developer is being given 70,000 to 120K per year in dollars. So this is for IT sector. This is for finance and banking, healthcare sector. So you see in each and every sector, these BI developers, the MIS reporters, the data analysts are everywhere, which is required. They are required everywhere in all the industries. They are required heavily. Now I'll tell you, this is related to the salary that you saw in dollars. Means this is out of India. Okay. Now I'll show you the live. I will show you something over here on Google so that you will get the idea. For example, I'm just writing Power BI developer jobs in India. If I just simply search, okay, can you see this 100 plus jobs? If I click over here, then you'll be able to see the job plus related salaries also. Business intelligence developer going till 20L also. This is being given by Indeed. So this is, I mean, I'm not showing it to you. This is live. Google is giving me the answer of it. Right. So this is how you can see. And anyone, like, I just saw the question, you are from teaching background, yes, you can go in this field. You are from sales and marketing, yes, you can go in this field. But how? For that matter also, I'll give you that path. Here, what you have to do, you have to show your expertise that yes, you have got a good enough hands-on on these tools, plus you have implemented these projects. When I say project, that means you should complete those projects in such a way that depicts your, you can say, good enough expert level knowledge in that specific data set. For example, here, let's say Power BI developer also here. So you see a lot of jobs which are available, and there is Power BI developer 10L to 13L per year. Okay. Now let's say this is in India. Now if I just simply write UAE, so you see this is 28,000 AED per annum. That becomes 6 lakh rupees per month. But to get into this profile, you need to understand the concepts, plus you have to implement the projects. Second, you need to have a connect. And that's where ACODS helps you out in terms of, because we have a lot of advisory. You will get to know just after 2 minutes of time. We have a lot of people in our advisory board who are industry experts. With the help of them, what we do is we directly give the references of the trained people directly to, let's say, in UAE, in Middle East, in India, in other part of the world. So we give the references, and you also know it. With the references only, you get the shortlisting. Otherwise, getting the shortlisted is very tedious task as an individual. You agreed or not? Because when we apply on any job, there are more than 2,000 of job people are applying on it. So now how your resume should be shortlisted? And that's where people get stuck. They keep on waiting, but they don't get the replies. And that's because these things are also completely automated. We have a applicant tracking systems, which might not be shortlisting you. And if it is shortlisting, might be there is someone who was referred by the director of the company and he got placed, even if you were the right candidate. So there are a lot of things which is happening. So references are always required, and we have a good enough pool of the experts working in different big companies which can which can just if they refer you, so you will be given a weightage. That will also not guarantee, but that will at least guarantee you the shortlisting. After that, it's all your skills. So first get yourself skilled enough, then you can actually be, let's say, put forward in shortlisting, and then you can showcase your skill set. That's very, very important, which is required. See, once you have a good enough understanding of these concepts plus implementation experience, you are no longer fresher. So when we say I'm a fresher, it's very confusing. When somebody who have just completed the graduation, he should also reflect a 2-year experienced person. And that's true. Nobody is hiring a fresher. People are hiring the working professional with project experiences, because that is what they require. No matter you have a personal project experience, but you have to show your project experience to them. This is something which is utmost required in this 2023. That we need to understand, okay? Right, so now, so now let me show you. I just showed you, Faisal, that only Power BI can give you a 20 LPA job. I showed you just now on the Google right away. But it's up to you. Can you apply for that job? So for that matter, you have to make yourself that much skilled. And this is where you have to work upon. So first, invest in you in terms of working on those projects, those particular case studies, use cases, so that you can demonstrate it. You can have the online portfolio of yours, and then you can get yourself shortlisted for those kind of a high level this thing. Now, so here in ACODS, if we talk about, so we were previously known as Edifico, which was established in 2009. So this is a little bit about ACODS. So we have trained more than 30,000 of the students here. Yeah.
Okay. Thank you, sir, Mr. Durrani, for this insightful session. I hope each one of you enjoyed and absorbed the valuable lessons from this session. Moving forward, allow me to introduce our organization, ACODS, formerly known as Edifico Center of Data Science. So we have been dedicated to providing exceptional IT training programs with an impressive task record. We have successfully trained over 30,000 students and facilitated the placement of more than 13,000 individuals in job guarantee programs globally. We are the only CPT UK certified IT training provider in India, and we have a bunch of experienced experts with us as our advisory board members who have decades of experience and have worked with many renowned companies. Now let's talk about the program that we are offering. We are offering a Power BI certification program in which you'll get ACODS LMS portal for lifetime, job assistance from our side, ACODS learners community to access unlimited job postings there, ACODS training certificate, and 4 projects and their certificate from Meta Pfizer and UAE-based tech company. This program is normally priced at 15,000, but for only you guys, the price is now at just 7,500. And you can secure your spot by paying 999 only, but this is only valid for next 5 minutes. Now you can download the curriculum by scanning the QR code or through the chat box. You can see there. And we have shared the link there, and we have shared the registration link also. So hurry up, guys. We have only 50 seats left. Hurry up, guys. Seats are filling fast. You have just 5 minutes for this. This is a golden chance. Get a chance to get 2 certificates with ACODS. You will get a chance to join our community as well, where we keep posting jobs from our alumni work network. And this price is only for you guys. So just hurry up for this. We have just few minutes left. We are running short of time, guys. You can just, by paying only 999, you can reserve the seats. Hurry up for that. We have just few minutes left.
Hello, Umesh. It will be 25 hours of the session with me live, as in there will not be a video content, right? So you will be getting the recording of each session, and you will be in each and every hour, like 2 hour of a session you guys will be having each day. And that will be completely practical oriented, whatever you just saw. So we are going to work on at least 4 or 5 use cases and 3 complete dashboards you will be implementing within this training program. Rest all information when it is going to held and everything is there on the link. You can just check it right away. It will be live session, guys. So it will not be it will not be recorded videos that you'll be seeing. Yes, but each and every session will be recorded. Like this session is getting recorded, and you will be getting the recorded session so that you can revise it n number of times when you want. And the LMS is lifetime. Can you see this? This LMS is lifetime, so that any moment of time you have to go and revisit the sessions, it will be available to you. And the duration is 25 hours, so approximately 13 to 14 sessions you will be having, and it will be held in weekends as well as in weekdays. So both the options are available to you. And the registration is only 999 rupees. I think you have it in the link, so you can just check down on that. And that's only for today. Duration, it's 25 hours, so it will be 12 sessions, so that will be gone through completely 1 month of a program. So it's like that. Any more questions? You can just keep on asking me the questions. I'm there to ask, give you all the details about it. So any question which is coming up in your mind, just ask me. See, this Metafaisal is the consulting firm, which is a UAE-based consulting firm, wherein like we are providing the project services or consulting services to the different organization in the Middle East, in the different part of the African countries as well. So you will be getting the project certificate from that organization. So it will, the training certification you will be getting from the ACODS, that's a training organization, and the project certification you'll be working on, it will be from the Metafaisal, that's a UAE-based consulting firm. It's a 1 month program. It's a short-term certification of focused only on Power BI. Okay. You can take the admission later on also, but the costing would be, will not be the same that you are able to have it here. Yes, Avinash, I just answered your question. It's a 1 month program. You can see here it is 25 plus live hours you have here. So 25 hours that will be completed in 1 month of time. That is live instructor-led sessions. Rest, you will be doing the task that is not included in this. So if you want to contact ACODS, then you can just note down this number and you can connect on this number at any time. The certificate of training is you will get from the CPD UK, that is a UK-based organization, that is continued professional development certification you will be getting. So it's not a normal certification that you're getting. It will be like ACODS is accredited from a UK body and you'll be getting the certificate from that. Yes, these 25 hours are more than enough to learn the Power BI, and that's where if you have those 25 hours completely practical oriented, you will be getting that essence, Santosh. The actual costing of this program is 15,000, and currently this is just for offer. We are giving it for 7.5K. See, possibility of the job, see, you will be added in our community. So in our community, we generally used to post all the jobs. And if you are in our community, we'll be taking your resume, and then we will be shortlisting plus sending your resume to the different companies where we have the direct connects or the references. So in UAE, specifically in UAE, if I talk about, so we have multiple connects with above more than 40-45 companies. So you have a very good chance in getting placed in Middle East. Yes, doubt sessions are separate. These 25 hours is your session hours. Doubt sessions, n number of doubt sessions you can book from the support team, and a technical assistant will be there with you just to clear all the doubts of the task which is being assigned to you within the live sessions with the expert. Yes, we are giving 2 certificates, Ghanshyam. You are right. We are giving the internship training certificate and the project certificate from the company on which you will be working the project for. See, yes, for today's session also there is a certificate that you will be downloading right away from your portal itself. You must be having your login ID and password. So you will be downloading it right away from there. See this. This is what we have. This is only a few people which we have shown over here. We have a very long list. So around 20 plus experts which are associated with us. These are people who have more than 15 to 20 years of experience. So collectively, if you add all the experiences, it will be more than 250 years of experience in the field of AI and ML. So all these people are working and their network. So just see, we have a very strong network in terms of providing you the references. And I'm telling you, without references, getting a job outside the country, it's again difficult. In fact, even in our own country, it's become very difficult without having a proper reference. See, if you are not fluent in English, no problem, but you should be fluent in creating the reports, creating the MIS, and understanding what is the requirement. That is more important. And we do work on your this communication skills. You have to be very effective communicator. So even if you're speaking only 2 sentences, so those 2 sentences has to be very meaningful. So that's what you have to work upon. So little bit of grooming in terms of increasing your personality development. So these are the by default sessions that you get along with your different classes. So we have a separate HR team. So whenever we, you can say, giving you taking you as a student, then we try to groom you in all the aspects. Okay, like preparing your resume, preparing your LinkedIn profile, and then giving you that PD classes, giving you corporate etiquette sessions, so that at least you will be presentable in the interviews, and at least you can speak up for whatever knowledge that you already carry with you. So that's what you're going to get as additional. So guys, any other doubt you have? Yes, that is one of the tasks that you'll be doing as a live data refreshment. Power BI is one of the tools with which you do the data analysis. Okay, so data analyst course also involve the Power BI. So it's like more or less same. So you can note down the email ID and the mobile number so that you can just text on whatever query that you have apart from this also. Okay, guys, so I hope you have understood the DAX functions, whatever we covered today. Shivam, you posted this question, how to download today's workshop certificate. You have to log in on your portal. We have provided one link. So if you have attended this session, you can just download your certificate right away from there, and you can post it on LinkedIn after this. So guys, thank you so much for your time. And I hope you have taken a good enough learning from it. Last session is, we will post that link on the WhatsApp again. It's already there on the YouTube, so you can go and check it over there. Avinash, Power BI, data analyst, both are same. If you go for Power BI, in Power BI also we'll be teaching you this data analysis only. And if you take the data analyst course, in that also we'll be teaching you Power BI to do the same. So it's like more or less same thing. Don't get confused on that. When we say only Power BI, Ghanshyam, then this SQL and Python will not be getting taught. Okay, so for that matter, we have a complete program. So that's different from this. So we have a pool of the programs. So this, what we have shown you is this only. Yes, I will be teaching, and along with me, there will be one expert also. Yes, of course. When we say Power BI, when we say Tableau, or when we say SQL, so we have all these options. Yes, Avinash. Just log in on your portal. We'll be sharing that link on the WhatsApp chat, and then you can easily download your certificate from there. Okay. Okay, guys. Okay, guys. Thank you so much. We will be sending you the answers of the rest of the questions here. Thank you. Thank you so much for your time. Bye bye. Good night, everyone.